Hey guys, it's me, Accidental Boar, and today I am bringing you Roots of Patcha. It's actually a game that I backed on Kickstarter, and this one, unlike most of the other ones I have played for you guys, I have been playing. But I figured I would put it out here. It's very new. I think it just came out a couple days ago, maybe the 23rd. Anyway, yeah, I think it was maybe the 23rd. But yeah, so it's a RPG simulation indie game open world. It's kind of a how would I say it? It's a Stone Age version of like a farming build 'em up game, like Stardew Valley, for example. It has been really, really fun. So I figured I would share it with you today and just see if it's something you would like as well. So I'm actually going to start a new game. That way you guys can get an idea of what the gameplay is going to look like from the start. I have quite a few advancements that you would be missing, so I won't just continue the one that I was playing. Let's see, we're just going to randomize. Yeah, that's nice. Got a little flower and everything. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's do it. I will skip you guys to the end where I normally do like a product review and stuff. This game is super, super fun. I have been having a blast. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. New Year's Eve, our first winter in this land is almost over. The clan is coming back home from the mountaintop. Igrok, where does the time go? It's hard to believe your rite of passage is so soon. It feels like we found you only yesterday. I bet you'll have, I bet you'll have the coolest totem of everyone. Mayuri, maybe. I can sense there's something different about you even right now. Brah, I don't want the Winter Festival to be over. I'm not ready to go to bed. Too bad. Atta, one more story, please. Please. Tedith. Alright, just one more. Brah, tell the story of how we got here. I like the way you tell it. Tedith. Back when the summer was still warmed, summer sun still warmed our skin, it was time to pick the day for the next rite of passage. Vuak, our great shaman, asked the spirits and got a strange answer. You must move, they demanded. No normal person should ever question the spirits, but our Vuak is no normal person. Why? He asked. They said, you need to find a tree far to the east, the spirit said. Only danger awaits you here. But we did not know of any Patcha trees to the east. This gave our leader a difficult dilemma. Do we travel into an unknown lands or risk disobeying the spirits? But there was one thing he could always depend on. The clan, says Ada. Tedith, we packed up everything and walked. We walked and walked. Soon the leaves began changing colors, and we still hadn't found a tree. Cold and tired, we traveled through the savannah, unsure how much further we could walk. Our shaman is strong, but not infallible. Could he have made a mistake? As we were making camp, the earth shook. Rumble, rumble. The ground groaned a terrible sound as the trees threatened to topple. There was no doubt this was a powerful sign. But for what? The way we had come was blocked, and winter was too close to go back. Then the clan did what it did best. Brah, we worked together. Tedith. Some built our homes while others gathered food for the winter. Tedith. Vuak walked away from the group. Noticing his absence, Accidental Boar followed him into a nearby forest. Our shaman was distraught. How could he make everyone leave their homes only to be trapped in a strange land? But then, they saw it. We were home. Roots of Patcha. Sleeping, awaking. Igorok. Good, you're up. It's finally spring. Igorok. I know it's a different idea, but I think it'll work. We could grow food from wild seeds right here in these fields. Just need a little clearing. Or a lot, says Mary. Igorok. Or a lot. I wish I could be out there with you, but my bones aren't what they used to be. Mary, I'm sure you'll find a way to help, Igorok. You always do. Thanks, sister. I think so too. Alright, so yeah, WASD is to move, top left here. This is your tool belt. Seeds are on the hotkey 1. Tools are on the hotkey 2. You can use E to look at a wheel and select, or you can tab to go through on all 3 bars, and this is your item bar here in the middle. Your contributions are what you use essentially as money. The more you contribute to the clan, the more people are willing to do for you. And then over here on the right, you have your inventory, which is obviously keyed to I. Smoke signals is your journal, which is J. And map is M, which lets you view the village. It's really helpful for finding villagers if you need to talk to them. And your actions are left click or right click. So let's do it. The first to farm. Find, plant, and harvest 4 seeds. Yeah. So these are carrots. Yeah, here we go. Gather seeds from ripe wild plants by harvesting them. E is how you're going to move next, and Q previous. Using your hand axe, clear the fields, till the soil to prepare the land for planting. That is going to be a left click. Then, yep, here if you press E, you get the wheel. Select a seed from your seed bag, then plant it onto any tilled soil. Select the water skin from your tool belt and water your plants. Refill your water skin when needed at a water source. And like in Stardew Valley and other similar games, you will notice that the dirt gets a little darker once you've watered it. So you will know whether you watered it or not. After a few days, you'll harvest its produce. That's going to be a left-click venture as well. And you will be able to see that on the right side here, down here at the bottom. Initially, you'll get seeds from wild plants and harvest from plants in your fields. Yeah, so, and then as time goes on, you will get more knowledge about the plants. And then they will eventually turn from wild plants into domesticated plants, which is a pretty good productivity boost, as well as some other stuff. Here in the top left, you will see your clan contribution. This is essentially like everyone's knowledge together and contributions. So that will develop milestones as to what you can figure out. So yeah, and you can tell by looking at plants typically based on how big they are. Like you can see these are pretty big. You'll be able to tell whether you can harvest them or not. So there's symbols on the map even. So right here you can harvest carrots. I want to say it's right over here, which I'll just go there in a second, is tomatoes. And then somewhere over here I want to say is something else. But and then over here in the forest, we'll go check it out. There is some more plants. Oh, and you can find stuff like this that you can harvest. And I think if we talk to her, yeah, so this will show you basically who the person is and what their relations are, which is very helpful when you're first starting out because it can be really confusing otherwise. Mary, you know Mary as your adoptive grandmother and the person who keeps track of the weather. So essentially, if you need to know whether it's going to rain or not, you'll ask her. Igorok is her brother, and you are their adopted grandchild. Mary, I offered a flower like this one for my rite of passage so long ago. And so she's going to give me one of those flowers I just picked. They actually have a great donation level. I want to say it's like 20, which is pretty high, honestly, for a single item. And then there's this girl. Tare is the partner of the clan's leader who puts together all the festivals. Jin is the chief, Mana is her child, and Nock is her child. Tare, there's so much to do, we'll need lots of contributions if we're going to prosper in this new land. If you could contribute 3 different items, that would help a lot. Okay. So yeah. Patchans are known to work together. As a member of this Patchan clan, you're expected to contribute to its prosperity. Here's the explanation. So you put stuff in the receptacle, that makes contributions, and that all together makes prosperity. So that is going to be your milestone marker. You can drop what you like and contribute every day in the contribution box by the Patchan Hearth. Yeah, which I'll show you that in just a second. And you can look at pots. Contributions can be used to exchange with your clan. It's the way each member appreciates the work the others has done, right? And yeah, so you can use this stuff to buy stuff essentially from other people. Like hanging pots is one of the things you can buy from one of the ladies. Yep, clan prosperity. This is the total contributions, which is added to the clan prosperity every day. And this is like special projects that you reach with prosperity milestones. And as the days go by, you will see its progress. Sometimes you'll contribute resources and stuff specifically to these projects, and other times the clan will do it with or without you. Prosperity is the sum of your and the rest of the clan's contributions. It is not spent nor exchanged. It can only go up. Yeah, so again, that's your milestone marker. Contributions, especially your contributions, though, can be spent. So you have to keep an eye on that, because some stuff gets really expensive. As the clan prospers, they'll be able to develop ideas and change how they live in meaningful ways. So, like, for example, if we can find flint, we can make better tools than the hand axe. So, like, for this one, it is the hammer. So you can use it to harvest rocks much faster. But you need 250 total prosperity. I'm sorry, 250 more prosperity than what we're at 996. So that is a whole thing. Alright. And now that we have this is the hearth. Typically, people will gather around it during the day, so you can find them easier, which is really nice, honestly. This girl is kind of like the hoodoo plant priestess kind of thing. We discovered tomato seeds, so I'm just going to grab a bunch of those. Yeah, so then we'll talk to her. The clan's healer. She keeps her medicine box stocked with herbs. Her name is Ada. Or Ada, I guess if you want to put it that way. Vuak, the chief, not chief, dang it, he's like a witch doctor kind of thing. The spiritualist, the priest, let's go with priest, of the clan. Ada Igra told me about this plan for the fields. I gathered some from these plants. So she'll actually give you more tomato seeds even. The thing about tomato seeds that usually annoys me is the stalks are permanent, so make sure you plant them somewhere where they're out of the way of other plants. The clan's artist, she loves kids, even though she doesn't have any of her own. Ron is her partner. She's also like a painter. Yeah, artist. I said that. Reese. Ron loves playing Bones, even though Tedith crushes him every time. You should go try too. I heard Tedith is giving a stone box to anyone who can beat her challenge. Yeah, so we can go over and try to beat her. We will lose, probably. The one who collected water for the clan. There isn't much room to do here between the two rivers. So Ron used to go out into the wilderness to collect water. Obviously, we don't need that now that we have the rivers on either side. Reese is his wife. Ron. I don't want to call Tedith a cheater, but that old woman moves too fast for her age. For those of you not familiar, Bones is kind of like the precursor to, I don't know if any of you have ever played Jacks, but essentially you would like bounce a ball and then try to pick up as many Jacks as you can, and if you pick up more Jacks than the other person, then you win. So Tedith is the clan's storyteller and the central for gossip. Freyr is her grandchild. Tedith, want to try your hand at Bones? Let's do it. Just toss the rock and pick up the bones before it falls. See if you can get 8. She'll be here if I want to play again. Yeah, because I don't even know how this minigame works. I didn't actually do this in mine. Yeah. Yeah, I suck at that, so I'm probably not going to win the box. Alright, so let me think. I think down here there's some gatherables, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just like right over here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so citronella. Okay, so we have a couple of those. I'm trying to think. I think we have to go to the forest for other stuff. This is the town builder, Kroll. You know Kroll as the clan's builder, like his partner Akre. He prefers to stay busy. Akre is his partner. She's who you'll get your tools from. Gelrod is her child. He's a musician, I want to say. Ebon is a child, musician, and Ada is just a child. So, yeah. Kroll. The kids are all concerned about the rite of passage. I'm just concerned that they do their chores. Yeah, he's worried about that. Because he's old. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not, but you know what I mean. So, a little bit of a weird choice. I typically start my farm down here because this is where I'm going to build my house. So normally, I suppose people would make it over here by your grandparents' house. That way you can do it. But I'm going to start it over here just because it'll be more convenient for you guys. So you won't have to wait as long for me to wander around. So, yeah, we'll just gather some resources here. And of course, like in any build 'em up type game, you do have an energy bar every day. That's represented by the hearth here on the top right. And so you can only do a certain amount of things per day. You can get, I believe in my game, I have an accessory. Let me just open that up. Yeah, so E, that lets you select the wheel. Or you can see down here, I can tab through everything I have, tools-wise. And again, plant-wise. I don't have any more, but you can tab through your bags as well once you get that far. This opens it up. See, you can have up to 3 belt sizes. This is you. This is everything you have equipped. I can put on a coconut. Accessories you can use for certain things. And then you can see all of your buffs that are effective here. This is your seed bag. It shows you all the seeds that are available from the get-go. And then again, as you get more knowledge, okay. Well, so at the top right there, you can see knowledge is level 1. As that levels up, again, it'll domesticate the plants, and you'll get much better yields. And here's where you can just view all of your tools. So far, we only have the 3. And that's the inventory tabs. Here we have smoke signals. This is essentially going to tell you what you need to do. So before the rite of passage, we need to talk to everybody. We'll be the first to farm, harvest 4 crops, and working together, she asked us to contribute 3 different items. Prophecies will tell us the stuff, kind of like the community center in Stardew. You can contribute certain levels of things, and then it'll give you some flat bonuses. And here is your people tab. It tells you who's romanceable and basically what everybody looks like, so that when you're lost and trying to find somebody for a quest, you can find them. And then you can scroll through your quests there. And escape exits out, obviously. This is your information tab. Session tab. If you did Kickstarter, if you go to your session tab and hit K, you can redeem your special codes. I'm not going to do that on here for obvious reasons, but you know what I mean. Okay. This tells you everything that you need to know about the gameplay, settings, audio, and here you can change your sizing and stuff. Mine's huge because I'm on a 55-inch TV, but yours will probably be much more reasonable. And these are your discoveries, the ideas that your clan you will help them create, dishes that you can create, trees that you can plant, animals you can harvest for certain things, fish you can catch, items that you can use as materials, and products that you can make. Sorry, I know that's all a handful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little thing here. And then again, I like to put my tomato seeds out of the way just because they will continue to bud over and over again. And they will block up anything else you want to see crop-wise. So I typically do not let them go down out of the way from where they start. And then, yeah, can tab over, and I can just slap down, hold down, and slap out a row of carrots. So then we're about to get our first idea, because I'm just gonna have to go back and forth here to get water. And someone in the clan is going to be like, hey, that's freaking stupid. And then we're going to get well technology. So that's pretty cool. To start fishing, stand in the water and use your hand axe. Hover over your cursor to a fish to activate the minigame. Continue to hover over to increase the bars below. The bottom bar indicates your likelihood of catching that fish. You can try your luck at any time or wait till the bar is full. If the fish sees you, hover outside the active circle until the alert stops. Otherwise, the fish will dart away. So, yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you that. Not right away. He's trying to bust into this area. He's the hunter. He's also Gin's right-hand man in the clan, which is our leader. Dari is his partner. She's a dancer. Eloe is a child. Boar is a child. Bra is a child. Okay. And his name is Grob. I just need a couple more days and I'll have that path back to the savannah cleared. And this is Gin. He's the clan leader. He's the one who followed Vuak's advice to come to this new land. Tare, the one we talked to earlier, is his wife. Mana is his child. And Nock is his child. Nock is busy cooking. I thought he might want to offer a spear tip as I did for my rite of passage. Yeah, so he's essentially the town cook, glutton, or he will be. And I'll show you fishing real quick. So these little things don't matter, but you can just kind of like hover over a fish. And then there's the alert, so you just have to not hover over it. And it'll tell you when to catch it. So we discover a porcupine fish. I'm not going to waste any more energy on that for today, though. So, yeah, I can wander around a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to tab over. And we'll do this. Okay. So, there is a couple spots right there. So, I'm just going to run over and get us some more seeds. Kind of give you a look at one of the other areas here really quickly after I pick this oregano. And then let's talk to her. You know Dari as the caretaker of the clan's kids. She loves teaching them about the world. Grob is her husband. He's the hunter we just talked to. Eloe is a stepchild. Boar is a child. And Bra is a child. Diary. I don't see why Grob can't take a break from clearing that wood. I'm sure Vuak could use his help. Juk. He's the clothing maker. He helps his mom Jizu dress the clan. Oka is his mom, and Jizo is his mom. It's a whole situation. Juk. I have to figure out what I'm going to wear to this ceremony. Probably this. Ebon, the sister of the clan's musician, she loves to play music as well. Akre and Kroll, the builders, are her parents. Gelrod is her sibling, he's the musician. And Ada is just a little kid. Ebon, I don't want to copy Gerod's offering, but nothing else fits. You know, Oka as the one who keeps the predators away and the mother of the wolves. Oka, the wolves can pick up on everyone's excitement. I bet they'd love it if you gave them a treat. And there are wolves. In fact, there are some around here somewhere. Usually. Just chomping on bone or something. I don't see one right now, though. The clan's musician, Gelrod, we just talked about him, so I won't go through all that with you. For my rite of passage, I offered my first instrument. It was hard to choose with my many talents. Mana is the leader's daughter who wants to be the next chief. I'm all for hard work, but Norak already made a dish. I don't know why he's still inside cooking. And here's where you can grab the forecast. My right knee hurts. That always means rain is nearby, but my nose is not picking up any dense air, which just means it'll be a couple days. Eloy is the apprentice healer who's always busy helping the clan in one way or another. Her dad is Grob and her mom is Dari. Eloy, it's been a while since I fished with Frere. It's pretty fun. And then I'm just going to check. We've talked to 16 of the people. Which, it's fine if I don't get them all today. But I will hop inside real quick. This is the chief's tent. This is where him and his kids live. This is Nock. He's the cook. Nock. Cooking relaxes me. Try making compote. You can cook at the Patcha hearth or use your house if you build one. The recipes you can make depending on the utensils you have. You can get more utensils from Tare and they'll become available to your clan prospers. Eggplant and sesame. Select the recipe and fulfill it. And we'll cook this fish just so that we take care of it. Roasted fish. And then we'll go ahead and make the red meat. For roasted meat. Okay. And then just since we have some time left up here in the top right, this phases of the sun will tell you how much time you have left in the day. I'm going to press E and eat this for the stamina boost so that we can get some more stuff done. But also he wants us to cook this. Compote. Okay. And then one of the first things I usually do in I for inventory is hop over here and make a stone chest. Once I can, I need some more wood. Okay, so now that we have the energy boost from the fish, I'm going to just go ahead and chop down a tree. It takes about 14 cuts, I want to say, with a hand axe. Yeah. And then once it's fallen, always make sure you cut these down, which takes an additional 4. It's not very worth it, especially at first, but since we have the extra energy, it's fine. Because you don't want it not to grow back. Because wood becomes a quickly finite resource if you don't. So yeah, and then I want to say we have enough now. Yeah, totally. So then what I'll usually do is I'll just drop something or I'll just go contribute something because I'm not going to need these flowers for a while, for example. Yeah, so I don't need that oregano, I don't need these flowers, and I don't need these flowers. You can also contribute these. Up here at the top right, you'll see what it contributes each one. Like this one's worth a little more, and this one's worth a little bit. So, but yeah. So now we can jump back over to I, and we have our stone chest. And I'm gonna just okay, I can't give it to him now that I cooked it. Whoops. But it gave us more information, which is very crucial in this game. So we'll just have to deal with that for now. And so honestly, I'm just going to stash all of this stuff that I don't need right now. And just keep these basic resources for funsies. Now let's hurry over to the forest, because we're going to need some stuff from over there. Oh, right, we can't just yet. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to do a little fishing. And usually after, like, the first bar, you'll be able to see what fish it is if you've seen it before. So that way you can move on to something else and try to catch a new fish. I think all these are going to be porcupines, though. They're pretty common in these rivers. Yeah, okay. And usually I can get away with catching these on 2. Looks like we can't on this one. Of course, that may be later when I'm a little more skilled too, that I'm thinking of. Yeah. So see, we got a new porcupine record there. Not that that was hard since we've only caught 1. Yeah. Well, so now everybody's going to start going to bed a little bit. We aren't, just because. And I'm going to talk to her real quick. Jizu is the clan's clothes and belt maker. She loves to help gather as well. She's where you'll get your belt upgrades. It's hard to believe Juck had his rite of passage over 2 springs ago. Where did the time go? And their partners. And we grabbed another Datura, which is great. The fisherman's family lives here. Yeah, I'm just going to try to use up some of this energy before the time runs out. Because you have from, I want to say it's like 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day. If you stay out too late and you don't go to bed, you will lose energy for the next day. So it's usually pretty crucial to get your butt in bed. 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. Yep. Make sure to save your progress to start a new day and go to bed before 2 a.m. To find your way back to bed, you can use your map. It'll show as your house. And some other mile markers there on the map. And if you don't make it to bed by 2 a.m., you'll wake up the next day with less energy. So, yeah. That's essentially your punishment. So, I'm going to grab some more of these. Because you do need plant fibers for quite a few things, honestly. And we're just trying to use up energy before we run out of time here in a few minutes. Later, we do get sundial technology. Not much of a spoiler if you're familiar with the progression of the Stone Age. But for now, we just kind of have to estimate how close we are to running out of time. But luckily, we can use up energy pretty fast at this juncture of the game. So. I always try to click precisely because undoing tilling doesn't cost any energy, but tilling accidentally does. So that can make it really unfortunate. Especially while you're using a hand axe. Because almost everything other than plant fiber costs 2 swings. Yeah, see, now I'm out of stamina, so now we have to go to bed. And I'm just going to dump this stuff in here so that I can start the day with the most slots I can use while still contributing resources if I need to. So for now, we're stuck sleeping at our grandparents' house, and there are 4 beds to choose from. I usually just grab this one because it's the closest. So see, our clan's contributions today were 1123. And then if you hit E up here and Q up here, you can switch between, or you can just click. I usually just click. So I managed to contribute 114. Considering it's our first day, that's really good. So yeah, each Datura flower is 20. East Quintrilla is like around 12, it looks like. And an oregano is worth 12. So now we'll save. Now we're spring 2, day 2, year 1. Okay. Your rite of passage. The clan has traveled far for this day. So let's just see here. Sorry, I was neglecting the stream manager and it was bothering me. Yeah, so we traveled far for this day. And this is Vuak in his shaman mask. When I first asked Patcha about this day, she called us to leave our old home. We traveled far, but she rewarded us with this safe and fruitful land. She has given us much. Today we honor her with a promise. It's when our totems are ready to reveal themselves that we're asked to serve the land, the spirits, and our clan. Let us begin. Ebon, Freyr, and Nock, how will you seal this promise? Ladies first, of course, so we'll start with Ebon. With Patcha's rocks, I've discovered the magic of sound. Today, I offer my first instrument, which is clearly an ocarina from Zelda. Ebon, we've heard the roar of your music. The cave lion is the spirit that protects you. And so that is etched onto her soul now. Freyr, it's in Patcha's waters that I've learned to watch the movements of fish. Today, I offer the catch she gave me this morning. So he's got a little porcupine fish there. We caught one of those, so you've seen it. Freyr, you've shown your patience on the riverbanks. The animal that protects you is the bear. A little etched into his soul there. Nock, Patcha taught me the art of combining different ingredients to make something mouth-watering. Today, I want to offer my best dish. Nock, I only know of one creature that shares your passion for food. The wild boar protects you. Hey, it's us. We protect him. Accidental Boar, how will you seal your promise? Now, so you have a couple different options here. I am only actually familiar with the first one, because I usually pick seeds that grow quickly. A fish that I was lucky enough to catch probably gets you stuff to be a fisherman. A flower that blooms like friendship probably helps you with gathering or some relationship thing. I don't know. And a dish that gives you stamina for the day. I don't know if that will give us better stamina or whatever. But, you know what? Let's just try that one. Yeah, it's fine. Patcha enjoys your dish and feels restored. Max stamina increase. Yeah, okay, so it increases our max stamina. For generations, we've been guided by the spirits of animals. But long ago, when Patcha first plucked humanity from the stars, it was her ancient spirit who advised us. Accidental Boar. That same spirit protects you now. The Tree of Patcha. Now keep in mind, this thing behind me is the Tree of Patcha, and we are giving her offerings. Whatever Patcha's plans are, you should know we are here with you. And so now we have our little post party. Yeah, so you offered a tasty dish and your totem was revealed, the Patcha tree. Tari wants to thank you for contributing to the clan, so you need to talk to her, find wild seeds, plant, and care for them, then pick their precious yield in a few days. And that's our thing. So here's Tari. Thanks for contributing. I have something to give you after the feast. Hypothetically, what would make a better leader? A boar or a fish? Horse? She wants you to say horse because that's her totem. Exactly. A leader needs to move fast and look out for the group. Like me. And Garrick is the thinker. He's kind of like our philosopher, obviously. Normally I don't like to give extra meaning to things, but a Patcha totem seems pretty important. This is Jag. He's the one who watches the fire. He's in charge of the hearth. My rite of passage was a bit different. He is man of few words. And so, I mean, you can talk to everybody, obviously. I'm not going to bother you guys with that. So we can just go back by walking north a little bit. You contributed 3 items, so now she'll give us a present, and we can talk to him. This is Voek, the shaman. It can't be a coincidence we found you long ago and ended up traveling to this land. Because apparently they, like, found me as a child. Like, I wasn't born into the clan, necessarily. Settling the land is inspiring the land ideas, ways to improve we live, and they need to have prosperity and items. So we will go ahead and do that at some point. Oka has an idea on how to approach animals. Talk to her. That's the girl in the wolf thing, for those of you that... Goat, go away. I want to harvest these beans. Thank you. Yeah, so these are wild beans. There's Thinker Boy. There's Fisher Boy. We can get a quest from him, I think. Tried to explain my fishing techniques to Mana once, but I think she managed to fall asleep with her eyes open. Yeah, so we can't gather them yet, but you can gather pine cones from these trees in here. And these trees, if you cut them down, give you hardwood instead of regular wood like we had earlier. That one will give you pomegranates if you wait long enough. And this is a solar dryer she gave us. You can use it to dry fruits and fish and stuff to make them last longer. Which is actually very helpful, honestly. Because it also typically increases the amount of stamina they give you. Because eating stuff raw can screw with you a little bit. There is pretty good bounty of the forest here. Let me see if I can find anything else. Okay, yeah, so we have the 2 types of mushrooms. Okay, and here we have some more wild carrots that we can harvest. I'm trying to think. Yeah, beans, carrots, and then I think there's quinoa up here at the top, maybe. Oh, also potatoes. Yeah, and some boars. Which later you can befriend them and harvest them for fur, which is a pretty darn high contribution item. I think it's like 100-ish. And yeah, so we've got these and these little things. And then over here you've got quinoa. And I usually just try to make sure I get everything in one run, because if you head all the way over here, there's a shortcut back to the village. And there's the cave. That's where you'll go to commune with spirits and stuff. But I think that takes like 3 days or so from the start. So you'll have a little time to do other stuff first before you have to start doing spirit quests to try to get better. And so yeah, see, that improved our stamina, giving him that dish. So that'll be useful for doing all kinds of things. But yeah, so I usually just dump all of this stuff. I can use it for like foods and stuff, but especially this early on, I just need contributions. So I'll like, even put the parsley in there. And then I'll just toss this solar dryer up here for now. Buy this thing. And I don't have anything on me that I can use it for. So yeah. And then if I come over here, new idea, okay? So Voda and Oka, not Mana, but here's Voda, I think. Yeah. And she's essentially saying there's water underground, but she doesn't know how to reach it. So this is one of the examples. You can give her 20 stones, and she will research how to build a well. Very helpful, because then I usually put mine right here so that I can water crops. I usually make my overall crop thing 6 wide, because once you upgrade your water skin, you can water 3 things at a time. So yeah, I'll usually just like add a couple extra here. Not for those. And I'll usually put my beans with my tomatoes, because they will continue to regrow from the one stem. So I'll also slap down my potatoes and the quinoa, but we need more water. And this stuff will just slowly grow back over time. So you got to make sure you keep it away from your crops, because it will absorb the space that your crops is in if you're not careful. The grass will. So I always make it a point to try to keep like 2 spaces between my crops and this stuff. Sometimes you'll still get unlucky, and if it rained, like, you'll still get taken over, but it's pretty fun. And of course, gathering extra resources is never a bad idea, especially early on, because you never know what you're going to need to get certain projects done. I do, but I'll leave some mystery for you guys. But yeah, obviously, I mean, if you've played Stardew Valley, most of this isn't a foreign concept to you. See, here's Oka. You saw these beautiful animals too. They don't seem afraid, but don't pay us much attention either. I heard them react to some bird songs, so I asked Ebon to sing one nearby. But her beautiful voice doesn't seem to work. I do remember a story about animals that liked music, though. So if I give her 20 plant fiber, she will research trying to get closer to the animals. So I'm going to go ahead and give her that. Animal friendship is the idea. Yep. Okay. So, and then this is like a community tent kind of thing where people will hang out if it's raining. I forget who actually lives here. I think it's the clothier and her family. But, and here they're coming back from doing something in the forest. I guess it is starting to get kind of late up there in the top right, so. They typically will. Later, you'll be able to build buildings in these areas. So usually I'll come down here fairly early on by the fishermen and the builders and just try to clear out some of this area when I have the extra stamina. Because then once it comes time to build those buildings, we will have a space, but we also get all these juicy early game resources. But, yeah. I mean, unlike Stardew Valley, I haven't found a situation where I've needed to fight anything. Like, you can fight in the mines in Stardew. Monsters and stuff. But, yeah, I haven't found that. If it does happen later. And, I mean, I'm quite a few days into this game, so... But, yeah, so, I mean, that's about it for this episode. I do cut them, again, usually about an hour for YouTube. You can find us on YouTube at Accidental Boar. So, yeah, thanks for joining me today. And if this is your type of game, I hope this helped you make a decision whether you wanted to buy it or not. So, again, for me, this is a 10 out of 10. I've had a blast with this game. But, yeah, so... That's the first couple days in game. Thanks for joining me, and we will catch you for the next game. Random games in my Steam library. So, thank you very much. Have a good one.